you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Welcome in, folks. We are at the halfway point here of CVC TV in our Week 5 matchup. It's the home Crestwood Red Devils versus the visiting Brooklyn Hurricanes. Again, here on CVC TV. Kyle Cornell, AA, Anthony Alford with you as always on the broadcast tonight. And Anthony, a big matchup between two teams that are trying to, in Crestwood's instance, keep the momentum going. Brooklyn trying to turn things around as we hit the halfway point of the season.
Yeah, definitely. The Red Devils last week getting their first W of the season. They've had some close ones. You know, we talked about it before with the coaches going in, but some close games that just didn't go their way. You know, this 1-3 record that they have could easily be 2-2 or 3-1, but, you know, learning experience, and you have a favorable second half of the season where things could, you know, turn the tide for the Red Devils.
Of course, remember last year was our Week 10 game of the season. It was Crestwood versus Fairview. What an amazing game that was. It came down to the wire, back and forth, and looking forward to see this offense for Crestwood tonight. With the past two games, that you mentioned, they figured some things out. 32 and 44 points in their last two contests on the offensive side. Really starting to get that ball moving on offense. That's key. And Coach Diamato told us, hey, you know, that's something we need to focus on. Got a young quarterback. Got some guys that can step up as seniors, but we need everyone to contribute to really be successful for them.
Yeah, that's huge. And you mentioned the seniors. What, 15 walked the stage last year, you know, after the school year. So getting those young guys, getting the reps, getting accustomed to those new roles, like that part's huge. And I'm very curious to see as this game unfolds here, kind of where they're at focus-wise and kind of where they can go with a game like this.
Again, for the Brooklyn Hurricanes on their side, and Coach Travis Adju telling us before the game, hey, injuries have been key this year. A lot of guys out again. It was a game this year with 20 or more points.
And everyone that's on that injury report that Coach submitted to us were all starters coming into the season.
Yeah.
So you got to essentially switch up everything, switch up how you planned on going about the season week to week, and it's tough. And we're going to see kind of how that's going to play out here today But that's tough losing, I believe, 5 starters coming into this game. It's already week 5.
Some players moving positions as well throughout just to try and make up for some spots where some guys have been injured. And talked about, obviously, Crestwood coming off a big win, their first of the season, 44-6 last week at Beechwood. It was tough for Brooklyn last week. They were at home and lost to Rootstown 48-8 in a real ball game by Rootstown. They're having a great season in Brooklyn. Just really trying to find some answers. Only 10.5 points per game this year. The offensive end, really young, obviously led by their sophomore quarterback, Mason Vega. He can get the ball out. He can run around the field. He can make plays, but can he do it by himself tonight? He's going to need his teammates to step up too.
100%, Kyle. And we saw Vega a year ago under center at quarterback. So the good thing is that he does have, believe it or not, as a sophomore, experience, at the varsity level. So that part's good, but all these is learning lessons and things like that. The key here, and we'll do our keys to the game brought to you by the Fairview Tavern. The key here, can Brooklyn get off to a hot start, have a sustained first drive? That's going to be so important for them getting this game going.
It's going to be very important, and obviously for the Crestwood side of things too, just sticking to what they know. Coach Stiamato told us, hey, we got to play within ourselves when it comes to offense, especially. They love to run the football. You're going to see a lot of number 4 Wyatt Januska tonight, getting that carry and trying to make some plays. Also look out for 82 Angelo DiNardo, big senior.
You won't miss him.
You can't.
You will not miss him.
Yeah, 6'6", 200 and near 40
I
pounds.
promise you will not miss that young man.
Yeah. There's a few times when we walk on the field, because I am a grown adult, and I still feel kind of small, and we cover high school football, and today, that was one of those days.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
It felt like another week to me. No, but that's gonna be huge, definitely, for these guys. Of course, again, our keys to the game brought to you by the Fairview Tavern here today. Great place to get your food, and of course, great place to watch the Browns or anything that they have going on every single night.
And don't forget to ask about the Blue Plate Special.
Got to
ask about that. Don't forget. Super important. Love our friends over at the Fairview Tavern. If you're in the Brooklyn area watching the game tonight, get the Fairview Tavern for the Browns game.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, if you don't got tickets, you're facing the Packers.
Should go there tonight after this ball game.
You can go tonight, you can go tomorrow. Make it a weekend thing. Go every day. They're not going to tell you not to.
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, we'll be there tomorrow, so cannot wait.
Yeah, stop by, say hi. Got Chris Morey and Januska back to return the kick. Brooklyn will kick off, and the Crestwood offense will be the first ones to have possession as we're underway here in week 5, the halfway point of the high school football season. Got return right side, breaking through and brought down. That was number 20 there, Bobby Bradley, who got out to the near 40-yard line, and that's where this offense, of course, led by Michael Callista, will take over. Sophomore quarterback, both these teams treading out sophomore quarterbacks, and Callista able to get some experience last year too, but now really it's on him this year, and he's stepped up big. Last game, of course, completing all of his passes, threw a couple touchdowns, 160 yards through the air, starting to show some growth here in the sophomore season.
And you want to see that growth continue. You want to see the accuracy. Want to see how it's all handled. Of course, the bread and butter of this offense, they're going to run the ball in some very unique formations. Very
much. 1st and 10. Callista going left, going to throw. Short, it is caught by Januska in the flat. Roll out, gain of about 6 to 7 yards. So right away, Januska, who we've coached Coach D'Amato before the game, he's going to catch it, he's going to run it, he'll return kicks, do a little bit of everything.
It's the blueprint. It's get the football to your best players and let them operate. Of course, because he fell, doesn't matter here in high school football. Once the knees touch, that's the end of the play. But way to get open there, first play.
Yeah, just trying to stay ahead of the sticks, too. We've seen penalties hinder some teams to this point in the season. You want to make sure that you're able to keep moving that ball forward. 2nd and 4. Handoff. So cutting back in. 1st down carry. Right there for Bradley, who moves the chains. That's one of those seniors we were talking about before the game double.
Yeah, and he's going to have a big row. They have two tailbacks. They're going to rotate in. Bradley's one of them. Lancaster, 25, is the other one that they're going to try to rotate in. And this offense, this is their bread and butter. You know, they run the ball. They're going to find a way to do so. almost each and every single play.
And this is a team where we've seen teams recently like Kirtland and a few others that just run the ball almost every single play, but they will throw it if they could get you into a false sense of security. You think you know what's coming. Not afraid to toss that ball down the field. First down, it's going to be a keeper on the right side and going to get pushed out of bounds. Right there is Callisto. Maybe enough for the first down on the 35-yard line, so a solid gain for Callisto on that run.
And that was a great job there, getting some blocks on the outside, getting some seal blocks there to provide that open space for the first down.
And some early momentum for this Crestwood offense. They're now well into the Brooklyn side of the field here in this first quarter. Minute and a half in. Crestwood driving on their opening possession. Little screen pass. Januska on the outside. He cuts left. Gets down in between the hash marks near the 30, so a gain of 5.
Another big gain, of course, and this is what you want if you're the offense, is getting big gains, 5-yard gains, 6-yard gains, high percentage passing plays. That's what you're going for there. Remember, at the very beginning of the drive, the passing play, the flat, get high percentage. That's what they want.
And Coach Diamato said we want to get our quarterback in rhythm. We had him last week, and Callisto was able to really strive when he got a few early completions. Looking for more time, gets about 3.5, almost 4 yards, setting up a 3rd and short.
We'll say, though, good job on defense, kind of staying home. Linebackers did a good job on the D-line, kind of identifying the run on the inside, giving themselves a chance here on the 3rd down.
And 3rd and short, 2 coming up for this offense for Crestwood that's been able to convert a few on this opening drive. Beautiful Mantua, Ohio tonight, 73 degrees. You can't even tell we're inching towards fall yet. It still feels like summer out here. Puts again in that shotgun. He's going to throw, taking a shot, left side. Januska's open, and he caught it. Touchdown! 27 yards to Wyatt Januska. Just like that, Crestwood takes the early lead.
Coach mentioned he's a smart kid. We saw him a little bit on the field before. Look at the replay. Great pickup block, getting behind the defender, and holding on to the football. The scoring streak continues for this young man.
Approaching almost double-digit touchdowns in the last 3 games, including tonight now. It's been a hot streak for Wyatt Januska and company. Great start for this Crestwood offense, and look at this, they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for 2 every time. Not sure if they have a kicker.
Little slant pass high and over the head of the intended receiver. That is number 82. We talked about Angelo DiNardo, and the height can't corral it, though, and the score stays 6-0 with 9:02 to go here in this first quarter, right here on CVC TV. And speaking of which, our presenting sponsor for CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They have everything from dental surgery and implants, commercial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Great first drive, of course, for this Red Devils team. Not messing around. Want high percentage plays, which is what they got all throughout. And a great start for a team that has lost some close games. Want to come out here strong.
I know we don't talk about this too often, but the presence of possibly not having someone to kick for Crestwood, if they do get into a game where Brooklyn's offense finds itself a little bit and gets some points on the board, and they're able to convert some extra points, that could be major if we're talking about a multi-score game on both sides.
Well, it's tough. I mean, we saw it play out last year when we were here. I mean, that's tough. We don't have, but that's the truth. You know, some teams don't have a kicker. You know, that's just, you know, I played on a team for a long time. We had one kicker. He transferred over to a soccer team. So that's just how it goes.
I think that's Bradley who's going to kick this one off. And he will. A solid leg there. Gets that ball inside the 10. Taken in from Brooklyn. The Hurricanes now with the return. He cuts to the outside and a solid tackle just past the 20-yard line. And that was Dominic Pidle who worked his way just past the 20 to the 21. That's for the Hurricanes. And their offense led by sophomore Mason Vega will take the field. And I believe we mentioned in the pregame, we saw Vega last year This kid's got some big potential if he can find the right stride.
Definitely. I can't wait to see Vega in action here in a few moments and see how much he has improved since he stepped in last year as a freshman.
Played some really good football for a team that is really young and finding their footing. Coach Agnew and company just trying to keep momentum moving in the right direction. And we talked about just the work ethic of all these kids. He's never been around a team, he said, that has worked so hard. Play blown dead for a moment. And maybe there's
might be a uniform issue.
Yep, got a sub coming in for a moment to take care of that.
Of course, by this point, week 5, don't mess around with that.
Here we go, Vega on the pistol. The lefty looks to pass, slings to his right side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for a title on that. Just past the right hash mark on the flat, couldn't complete it. Second down along on the way.
And that's tough too, because again, Vega, you even see it on that first play, has an arm. He can let it fly. You kind of saw it during the warm-ups. He can let it go. Just about getting that connection going between Vega and the receivers.
Going to be important to utilize the skill set of Vega tonight. Coach Agnew saying you're going to rely on him, and Keelan Kidd as well. A screen pass the outside over the hands of Pytel, who couldn't bring that in.
And that might have been for the best too, because the defender had a clean shot if that ball was caught.
And they're seeing kind of similar game plans with the sophomore quarterbacks on both sides, trying to get some early quick completions to build some momentum. And Crestwood worked in their favor so far. Brooklyn not able to complete their first two. Sets up 3rd and 10 on the way for the Hurricanes. Vega again in that shotgun. Lefty dropping back, looking, throwing, middle, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Pytel couldn't bring it in. So 4th and 10, and 21. That's going to send out the punt unit.
Yeah, that's tough too. Just again, got the open spot. It's not able to come together with the connection. Had a couple opportunities.
Got some open looks, some positives from Brooklyn on that drive. And the snap's a little high, going to be a tough punt. He got it off. Did Vega, who's handling the punt duties too, takes a Brooklyn bounce, and it'll get just past the midfield marker down to the 48-yard line. That's where Crestwood's offense will retake the field here with 8:30 to go in this first quarter. Great first stand from the defense on Crestwood's side.
Definitely. And I'll say this, that could have been a way worse outcome for Brooklyn than what it turned out to be.
We've seen a few block punts here already early on in the season. That may have been the cannon. The snap was a little high, but they were able to control it, get the ball out. Now Crestwood's offense trying to keep that momentum going here in this first frame. Do you say Mantua or Mantua?
I say it the right way, which is bad way.
That's correct. Okay. I was just checking in. I was curious.
Look, you're not getting me into trouble about that this year. Nope.
First down for the Red Devils. Calista back and hand it off on the right side. Big turn, room to run. Past the 40, still on his feet. Past the 30, backpedaling, still gaining yards. On a solid run was Bradley. He just kept on going. And a huge gain of over 20 yards for the Red Devils.
Tell you what, man. Bobby Bradley, he'd get after it. Definitely. The most impressive Bobby Bradley I've seen here in this town in a long, long time.
I got the rest. He had a cup of coffee or two in downtown Cleveland, didn't he?
Of course.
Yeah. And that was about it. First down and 10 for Crestwood. Again, solid momentum to start this ball game. Calista throws, little screen pass outside and out of the hands of Dorado. He couldn't pull it in.
This is also the time of the game, if obviously you're watching this, live on CVC TV Sunday afternoon on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Yes, that is real grass that you see there on the field, and you kind of see there it kind of affected a little bit of the route, kind of stepping in, trying to get that turn.
Second and long now. Handoff to Januska, left side. He works his way through, solid tackle in the open field.
Nice job.
That's Pytel who had made a few drops on the offensive end. Pytel able to get the tackle there and keep Januska for a gain of 5. That could have been a much bigger play if he wasn't there.
And he did a great job setting his feet, too, to make the tackle. Like, that was a really solid tackle. Great way to identify who had the football and to make that solid tackle.
So 3rd and 5, and again, this side of the field, you know, it's 4-down territory for Crestwood. The status of the field goal kicker, not too known. We saw one point Lancaster actually kick off, I should say. He did a good job. Bradley gets the carry, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Solid game tackle in there. A couple of different players able to work his way in through. Johnny Tresca, one of those seniors, we called his name a few times last year, steps up, and it sets up a 4th down conversion attempt for Crestwood. So Brooklyn's defense learning from that first drive.
And making the necessary adjustments. Again, this young team learning how to play each and every single week. Again, Crestwood does not have a field goal kicker, so this will be, 4th down, going for it each time.
This is usually the fringe for a field goal kicker in high school anyway, unless you've got some really good ones out there, which we do. But nevertheless, they're going to go for it. 4th and a long 5 for the Red Devils. Januska gets the carry left side. He's got blockers in front. Januska breaks the left side, and he's in. On 4th and 5 from the 21, Januska goes for 21 yards. Crestwood up 2 scores.
And he keeps the scoring going, but the blocking was fantastic. Saw the kick out there, and that's all was needed on the 4th down to get the score. My goodness, this kid is fast, too. You leave him in open space, Kyle, forget about it.
Coach Diamato told us the workout regimen the past couple of years for why Januska has really transformed his body, his skill ability, and you're seeing it. The speed, the strength. 2 early touchdowns, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, giving Crestwood a 2-score lead. And a counter to the right side, and Januska's able to jog into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The score now 14-0. Crestwood just a little under halfway through this first quarter, up 2 scores right here on CVC TV. Hey, Greeny Sports Cards, the largest producer of sports car trading shows in Northeast Ohio with 5 locations, and that's right, they're growing. The next show tomorrow at the Woodside Event Center in Broadview Heights. Double A is going to be there, so make sure you stop over and say hi. Producer Pete will be there as well. And you can see all our shows at greenysportscards.com. That's greenysportscards.com. Also, if you have an unwanted guest in your home, contact Alpha Animal Removal. Again, they specialize in humane removal of bats. That's right, yeah, bats. Northeast Ohio, we get those. And sealing of homes to help prevent animal entry. They also clean, remove, and sanitize your attic and replace insulation after animals have infested it. Go to alphaanimalremoval.com to solve your bat problem. Again, can't emphasize this enough. There are bats in Northeast Ohio. We've seen it.
Experienced it.
Yeah. I think you've experienced it. I know Pete has too. It's a crazy thing, man.
But the safe removal part, that part's huge as well.
That does obviously pertain to any sort of unwanted guest, but the bats is the focus because we're seeing more and more cases of that as now Brooklyn will take the possession from the 10-yard line. Pytel with the catch, working that right side, and he had nowhere to go. He got flagged that he came in late there on the back end.
Yeah, he was waiting for the block. I didn't see the flag too, Kyle.
Came at the very end of that play. Not sure exactly what they're going to say here.
Maybe a face mask against the Red Devils.
Yeah, because there was no blockers in the area, so it's going to go against Crestwood, and Brooklyn going to get a chance to get some yards out of this. There it is. Great call, partners. That means they're going to move this ball up a little bit more.
And that's a gift, obviously. I mean, returners waiting for the blocks to develop. It just didn't happen. But
well, to be fair, too, Pytel was taken down near the 15 and then actually stayed up. He was essentially dead to rights, and he still managed to get up to the 22-yard line, but now moving it all the way forward to the 37. This is going to be pretty solid starting field position for the Hurricanes as they try to respond to early scores from the Red Devils. Vega again in that pistol. The lefty sophomore takes it, throws. That ball is caught. Pytel this time catches it going backwards, and he gets torn down. Ball came out at the end, but they're going to say it was dead. It's Baines with the tackle. Baines obviously moving. He switched. He's actually a good story. He was a receiver, and he moved onto the line now.
Yeah.
On the offensive and defensive side. Switched to guard.
Listen,
wide receiver.
that is a huge commitment. I don't care what level, like that is, it's like, hey, you know, can you play on the line? Look, like, I'm a skill guy. What are you talking about? He's doing it. To me, that's the mark of a great leader.
We're taking the new role and doing well with it. Handoff on the inside. There is nowhere to go. Crestwood's defense right there.
And they keep bringing the house, Kyle.
Yeah, they gave it to Lewis, who is tight end, but can do a little bit of everything for Brooklyn, and he loses some yards. Third and long way on the way here. 21 to go for the Hurricanes.
And the thing is, when you're a defense and you're facing against a young team, a young offense, this is what you do. You want to disrupt the timing as much as possible. And even on a 3rd and 21, they're still going to bring the house a little bit.
Vega in the pistol high snap controls it. He's got to roll out to his left under pressure. Vega throws back foot. That's going to go out of bounds. Solid pressure on that side. Ty Bergquist was able to make Vega throw that ball away. 4th and 21. And
yeah, he took some contact at the end. It was legal, but took some contact.
It was a great chase down by Bergquist too to get there. And now it's going to force another punt. Januska will head back there. He's had a great first quarter. With 5 minutes to go, Crestwood trying to build onto this lead even more. The defense coming out playing strong these first 2 drives.
Well, that previous play, they did kind of like a cross the linebackers a little bit there. So, the inside linebacker blitz from the outside.
Snap was good. Vega kicks. That one's going to be short too. Januska in a fair catch, and that ball's going to take a neutral bounce for a moment, then a few more steps over for Crestwood. The ball will be down at about the 45-yard line of Brooklyn, and that is where the Red Devils will take over again. Great start double A for this offense. They're looking to keep that momentum on this next drive.
And this defense is going to have to find a way, somehow, some way, to contain those big plays.
Well, they forced the 4th down on the last drive. Brooklyn actually got to get stopped on 3rd. They moved it back a little bit, and then it was just a great play by Januska. Got some blockers out there, and the physicality of Crestwood was on display there, but Brooklyn has shown some signs to be able to make a few plays here on defense.
But they'll have to find a way to have those adjustments against those counter plays. That's where the Red Devils have been successful so far in this first quarter.
See so many different formations like that here in the CVC, and Crestwood one of the best to do it. Got an open receiver, Januska looking that side, and he caught it!
Great footwork!
Oh my goodness. Tiptoe catch by Januska down near the 20, inside of it actually to the 18-yard line. What a throw and catch.
And that's an NFL catch. I mean, getting 2 feet, and you only need 1 here. But look at that. Able to get that in there. Great job.
Amazing 28-yard completion right there. I talked about the sophomores. The other one, Callista here on this Crestwood side, 4-5, 66 yards and that touchdown. He's had a great first quarter, and he's been exclusively targeting Januska tonight.
Get perfect formation for a counter play.
Oh. That should be, I believe, encroachment.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, Kyle.
Anytime you knock over the offensive line, that's coming down the pipe. So 5 more yards for the Crestwood offense to work with here.
And if you do get hit, do not be afraid to fall down. Got to make sure that's...
It's never too early to start acting class.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But at that point, it was 3 different players on the Brooklyn side.
Got to, again, young team learning. Got to watch, again, the hard counts.
Twist again in that shotgun. Got Bradley on his left hip. Bradley will get the carry. He's got some room. Bradley left side. Cuts back to the middle in and near the goal line. Brought down at about the 2. So Bradley with the gain about 11. They'll get a first down. Crestwood.
Well, it's always telling when not only you get a big game, but the first time you get touched is 8, 9, 10 yards deep. So that tells you that you had excellent blocking from not only your offensive line, but also your backers. Committing as well.
22, Morey in the backfield now with Callista. First and goal, short, hand inside. Morey working in, and he scores. The sophomore Morey gets in for 6 more. 20-0 now. Crestwood Crestwood on top of Brooklyn here on CVC TV.
And again, watch the blocking, making things happen. I mean, playing through the whistle, too. You see guys, I mean, the replay's over. They're still blocking. Doing a great job. And this is the type of game that the Red Devils, who the last few weeks they played very tough competition, you want to use this week to execute your top plays, get the timing down.
Lancaster in the backfield. Now he gets the carry for the 2-point conversion inside, and he is close.
So he might be.
And the push at the end got him through. 2 points. The hard way from Lancaster. I think the offensive line should get the assist there for that. They came in late and pushed him over that goal line.
I jumped early. I thought that was it. And then he kept his legs going to get the 2-point conversion.
Impressive run there. Now the score 22-0 here on CVC TV. Crestwood on top of Brooklyn. Help transform your property with a fence from Leone. For over 36 years, they provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at RT Fence. Deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
Good time, as always. Go to ChagrinValleyConference.com. You can check out one of Kyle's favorite sports, tennis, the CVC Tennis Championships taking place this past week. Get all the details at ChagrinValleyConference.com.
And I got my racket restrung today because I broke it.
There you go.
So, a little bit of tennis news there. How about that?
There you go.
I don't know how big it is, but we're still talking about it somehow.
My racket is still in the backseat of the car.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, buddy.
Crestwood kicks that ball off. It's touched by Brooklyn, and he stepped out.
Yeah.
I don't think he can go anywhere if he stepped out of bounds. Can't leave it. The ball's going to be down at about the 12-yard line. Tough spot for the offense to come out. 2 drives double-A so far, and negative yardage overall for Brooklyn. What is Coach Agnew telling his guys down on the sideline, down 22 early?
Well, you got to, yes, don't rush, but also offensive line, you got to kind of like really lock in step and pick up your assignments, and don't second guess. I think sometimes when teams send the house a little bit or send a linebacker on a delay blitz, sometimes you're second guessing who you have to block. Communicate. That's the only way you can pick up all the guys you need to pick up.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 again on their own 12. Vega turns, hands. Left side. I think it's a positive yards, and they will out to about the 15-yard line. The kid gets the carry and gets about 3, his first touch of the game.
And I like the play call too, man. Hopefully we see more of Kidd because he's a great player. But allow the offensive line to shoot out of the gaps basically and be the aggressors. And you needed that just to get this offense going.
And Coach Agnew telling us, Keelan Kidd stepping up big this year. Both sides of the football. Need him to start to get going, Brian. Somehow close this gap. Vega turns, throws, right side. That one's caught by Pytel near the 20-yard line. Second completion of the game. First for positive yardage for Vega in his first quarter.
But you see the success. One successful running play leads to the defense kind of easing off a little bit. Instead of bringing the house, kind of settling in a little bit, gives the quarterback, gives Vega an opportunity to assess who he could throw the ball to.
3rd and short. Brooklyn looking for their first down of this ball game. Vega under center. He's going to backpedal back into the shotgun. Trying to get a hard count. Now actually in the pistol. Kidd behind him. Turns, hands, Kidd. Trying to run inside, and he gets stopped. A solid defensive stand. Crestwood's defense challenge for the first time. Januska in there, and Maury in there too. A couple different players for Crestwood able to plug that hole in the middle and force 4th down.
The snap was just a little high, and that impacted the timing. And that's the type of play. You're going to try to run that draw, like the snap has to be on point or to give it to your tailback, and that just did not happen. And the Red Devils, they will leave you no room to figure things out. They will clamp down.
I think Brooklyn looks like they may be going for this here. Now, remember, Vega is the punter, and Januska does play safety, so the right players are in place just in case a punt goes off here. But nevertheless, it looks like Brooklyn may try and go for this. Well, That's going to be a jump on the offensive side. Kid moved his feet, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Now I imagine the formation will change.
Get another learning experience, Kyle. You know, just got to be on the same page. And too many times here so far, you know, not everyone's on the same page. Kind of makes things a little difficult, and now they're going to have to.
Vega will be back near his own goal line. Januska's near midfield, and he may take a few steps in here just in case. Another wobbly snap. That one's up. Oh, almost got blocked. They got it off on the right side.
They've been close every time.
They really have, as that ball's going to trickle and actually be taken before it goes out of bounds. The 28-yard line, 29, and that's where Crestwood will start on this possession. Great field position after another near block punt.
Well, you know what's amazing? To Coach DeMotte, he talked to us before the game. And he mentioned, you know, this is 6th year here for the Red Devils. It's like years ago, this program was like where Brooklyn is at now.
Really
Young
trying
guys.
to find their footing, right? Exactly. Again, he mentioned just not getting frustrated with the process. You know, keep investing in the youth and seeing that turnover. And obviously, we saw last year what this Crestwood team was really made of. Solid season, just fell a little bit short of that playoff berth there. Came down literally to the last week.
It did.
But this team still got a lot of talent and a lot of skill players they need to keep out for. And when you have a sophomore quarterback, the sky's the limit for the growth for these Red Devils. Puts that again in that shotgun. Lancaster on his left hip looking to pass. Throws middle. Oh, the head of his intended receiver. That was Zazanuski who ran over the middle. Very rare incompletion for Calista so far.
Well, for the first time, too, the receivers didn't get behind the secondary. So that played huge on that. Red Devils were trying to go quick over the top, and the Hurricanes were ready.
Seen a few plays here or there for Brooklyn, and they've been able to kind of make the right reads and force Crestwood into a few tough spots.
Again, you see the signs. I mean, even the same thing last year, the signs.
Gonna be an end-around handoff. Got some room to run on the right side, breaking through past the 10-5, trying to pull him down. He fights all the way and scores.
How about that?
Bergquist would not be denied. He had carried a defender 10 yards into the end zone.
How about that? And again, not even touch. You see the blocking. But the issue here is defensively, the angles don't give you an opportunity. You got to take good angles when you have the end arounds. And if you go too deep, you don't give yourself an opportunity to make a good play defensively.
I think that play is going to come back. There was a penalty that came in late.
The hold there late?
Must have been.
So that's a break for Brooklyn.
Tell you what.
That's a huge break.
Bergquist carried Bentley Cox on his back for the last 15 yards of that run, but it's negated. So instead of a touchdown and a 29-point lead, it's now 2nd and long after the holding penalty.
Now again, if you're the secondary, don't let anything get behind you.
Big turns hands off left side. Good job by Brooklyn's defense to swarm. Handful of tacklers in there, including Johnny Tresca.
Yeah, great job on Tresca there, holding on to make the play. Man, I don't care what the talent level is, anything like that. Penalties can kill things, and now it's got a 3rd and long. Could be the difference of the game a little bit there.
The 3rd and 12 now on the way for Crestwood. Both coaches preaching fundamentals. The defense, especially when you're down, you want to make sure you hit those. Januska getting a carry. He's got blockers right in front. Januska cuts left side. He's got nobody in front of him, but a flag comes in late. Another flag.
Yeah, that's going to come back probably. She had a couple of holding penalties.
Well, Januska had all green grass in front of him, but now we know why. The ball going to get moved back again. There's another hold. The 2nd touchdown negating penalty on this drive for Crestwood. 27 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter.
And these are the type of things, no matter what the score turns out to be, those are the plays that will make film study a little bit miserable tomorrow. Same drive, too. I mean, as you just mentioned, same drive. You have big plays, and, you know, you're taking points away from yourself.
So now 3rd and about 21. Ball's on the 41.5-yard line here.
And again, if you're Brooklyn, this is the opportunities here. You can make that stop, communicate defensively where you need to go.
Callista getting that shotgun. The pass. Now take a shot. Middle of the field. Receiver in and out of the hands and almost intercepted. Bergquist had it, but couldn't pull it in. Great defense down the middle. Cox was over there too. Vitek was there as well, and that's going to force a 4th and long. And I believe maybe for the first time tonight, maybe a punt could be on the way.
Yeah, it could be. That's a good way to close out the quarter, Kyle.
2-0 to score right here on CVC TV. To nothing the score as we enter quarter number 2 on your CVC TV game of the week. The Crestwood Red Devils on top, visiting Brooklyn Hurricanes here in beautiful Mantua, Ohio. Kyle Quinnell, Double A, Anthony Alford with you on the call as always. And Anthony, decision time right now for Crestwood. 4th and about 21 yards, but up 22 points. What's the decision now?
Well, the decision, I mean, if they don't have a kicker at all, they have to have somebody who's able to punt. So you're up 22. If somebody can punt, you know, give it away. But that has to be so disappointing, Kyle. You had 2 big scores taken away because of holding penalties that were self-inflicting penalties. So that had to been a huge disappointment that it even came down to this in the first place.
Well, as the lineup sits now, it looks like they're going to go for this here. 4th and 21, and you have the liberty to do so when you're up 22 points in the ball game. Costa going to throw again. He's got a receiver streaking, breaking through. Shanuska, it's up. Did he bring it in? No, they say it was incomplete. He was out of bounds. I think maybe the right foot came down out of bounds. The left foot may have been in, but the right foot came down first.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look, if the first foot that came down was out of bounds, then that's incomplete, obviously. But no matter what, you had 2 scores, and it's not on the board. Let's take a look.
See if he was in or not. Is good throw from Callista and a great jump by Januska. And yep, that right foot tapped down just outside the line there.
Great shot there by our crew. Great shot to get that.
So Brooklyn, the defense with a big stop and a turnover on downs. The offense, the chance to capitalize on the momentum now. 5-second motion, he's going to keep it. Going to the left side. There's a great closeout by Crestwood and nowhere to go. This defense has been all over the field, a loss of about 6.
That is the very definition of outside containment. Nowhere to go. You know, this Brooklyn team, they want to go side to side to beat you on the outside of hashes, but can't do it if you have outside containment defensively.
Still negative yardage for Brooklyn in this first half as Crestwood's defense is flexing their muscles here. A loss about 6 on that carry. 2nd and long to the defense. Forced turnover on downs. Offense trying to use that. Get some momentum back on the Hurricane sideline, but Crestwood's defense fantastic early on in this ball game too. Mega looking to pass hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. Receivers, I should say some of the linemen were out there. Maybe it was going to be a delayed screen all the way out, and Mega got smacked.
Well, that was not delayed pressure. I mean, you had to force everything. And that's just been the issue with this Hurricane offense throughout this entire season, not being able to put multiple stretches of plays together. And again, it seems like it's hard to be in sync right now.
Only 10.5 points per game so far this season for Brooklyn's offense. That's not going to be enough to win a lot of these games, especially with a team like Crestwood, who's starting to really find their footing on the offensive end and play better. 3rd and long. Mega to the left, he drops back, looking to take a shot on the left side, throws it up, and it's intercepted. And a return coming for Crestwood. Still on his feet, past the 40, down to the 37-yard line.
And that's Bangs there, Kyle.
Maybe he is a receiver still, who knows?
Yeah, he's telling
like it was nothing.
Yeah, he's telling his coaches, I can still catch the football. got an injured Brooklyn Hurricane player down after the interception. But
take a look at this. Yeah, kind of Vega just taking a shot. The ball looked nice, but just great read right there by Baines. And
he caught it at the highest point of the ball. He still plays DB, obviously.
Yeah, you still see 60 out there, and you're wondering what's going on. Why is there 60 playing in the secondary? But he can make those kind of plays, and the timing, you can tell he's got that receiver timing on that ball. And just Vega really had to take a shot over there to try to make that play.
Again, the gentleman who just caught the interception last week, he was the offensive lineman of the week. Offensive lineman of the week.
I feel like we see those stories all the time coming out of Crestwood, as the Brooklyn player has been able to get up and walk off under his own power. That was number 60, Brendan Hewitt, who was able to get off the field. Couldn't see that. But yeah, just, I mean, every single week, Double A, it seems like there's some, or every year, even two, the season, whatever it is, you seem to hear one of those stories from out here in Mantua. And tell you what, it's an impressive group.
Well, that's the buy-in with these players. They're buying into whatever the coaches need them to do, best fit. And again, I tell you, you cannot tell a skilled player, hey, I need you to play on the line, and they're going to be happy. I'm just telling you, so for them to commit to doing that is amazing.
Very unlikely. Burnquist with the carry left side. He's got room, and blockers out in front, cuts back through. Burnquist gets to the 5, tackled late, but he is in. 38 yards. Ty Burnquist puts him up 28-0 on a huge touchdown run.
And it's possible, we look at this replay, that was the first time he was touched. It was just tagged like inside the 10-yard line. And, you know, this team offensively, they are loaded with weapons. And this is a confidence booster type of game here. They're going to obviously go for 2 as they don't have the field goal kicker on the roster. But, again, just excellent offense, taking full advantage of the interception.
Was getting that shotgun. Hands to Bradley, right side. Bradley pushing his way through, and he's able to get in. The score now 30-0. Crestwood on top of Brooklyn right here on CVC TV. If you're looking to break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media, the Ohio Media School in Cleveland, offering hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. Their real-world approach, taught by industry professionals, ensures your job ready in just about 8 months. Located conveniently over in Valley View, our Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. Visit beonair.com to start your journey today. That's beonair.com. An impressive start for the Red Devils, up 30-0 with 10:39 to go here in this first half. Double A, I mean, it's been all Crestwood early on.
Yeah, and at every facet, you know, offense, they've been handling business. Of course, defense, getting the big turnover. We got our first drone sighting off camera. They're having a good time here. This is a phenomenal football program. It really is. We saw the excitement. We were here a year ago, that Week 10 game against Fairview, and they're just growing each and every single year. I know they lost 15 seniors, but this team right here, they can do some damage here in the second half of the season.
Definitely have the talent to do so in the offense, as you're seeing now on the scoreboard, even last week too, with the big win over Beechwood, really starting to hit their stride and get things moving as Brooklyn has to get a late sub in.
I think they were short of a player, actually.
With all the injuries, you can see the Brookwood sideline. Not many players on the reserves. That's a short kick.
And that's the right way to go about it.
I'll tell you what, that was a heads-up play out there. That was Bentley Cox, who just went down with the ball. I should say no, but rather that was Justin Lewis, tight end. One of the seniors out there that was able to make that play and go down quick. And good starting field position for the Brooklyn offense here.
Yeah, just catch the ball, don't do anything crazy. Ensure that you're going to keep possession. And you just got to, you know, I think the previous drive, the first play was a running play, and they got 3 yards off of that. I think just getting something positive on first down is so huge.
Especially for a young offense. You want to try and get some momentum, some positive plays. Quick pass, there it is, that screen pass to the outside, and some positive yards, and then some coming through is a completed pass, but not much after. That was Lyle Taylor, senior receiver, who got about 4 to 5 yards on the completion.
well, for one, it's a successful screenplay for the Hurricanes. But even after a big game, you still see this defense, 3, 4, 5 guys on the play.
Definitely like working your way towards the ball and gain tackling too. It shows you're seeing things right out there. 2nd and 5 for the Hurricanes. High snap over the head of Vega. He has to fall on it, and he does. Back inside the 35-yard line. So a solid gain on 1st down, and now again behind the sticks. The Hurricanes just having a tough time on offense tonight.
Yeah, and they're having a tough time with the QB, the center QB snaps. Problem, those high snaps really all game long.
From 2nd and 5 to 3rd and 15 on the way for Brooklyn, who started off with great field position. The ball was on the 41-yard line. Now, Hurricanes again find themselves knocked back here.
Again, defensively, still got to communicate, of course.
Vega under pressure, going to roll out to his left. He's going to go back to his right, going backwards, and that ball gets out of bounds. Did it get past the line of scrimmage? I don't know if it matters. There was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, I think he was out of the box, too.
Yeah.
But you never want to see that, of course, just sprinting backwards.
Crestwood, just the closeout ability of these defenders has been on display in this ball game. 4th and long.
They're forcing you to rush everything. Like, nothing is within the time frame of how Brooklyn wants to operate.
Now watch the snap here as Vega's going to get ready to punt that ball away. Januska back to return it once again. This one more online. Oh, almost blocked again. This ball going to trick forward, and Januska going to have an opportunity to return this here from his own 20. Turning upfield, Januska trying to make a man miss. He does, still on his feet. Januska cuts back, and he's got room. Here comes Januska on the right side. One man to beat is going to be the punter, Vega, if he can get past him. Januska cuts through, working, and gets out of bounds.
How did he stay up?
Past the 25-yard line, right around that marker, and he's going to be put down at the 24. What a return by Januska.
And do you see a flag? I don't see a flag either. That was
one piece of laundry on the field, so that's what counts on the return. Usually when you need those long returns, maybe there is a penalty that finds its way out there, but a great job and good discipline by Crestwood to keep those blocks, and Januska showing off that athletic ability once again.
Well, we usually say, like, man, catching the ball, like, with your back turn on a punt return is very dangerous. And then you thought, like, right here, the near side, he was going to step out and that was going to be it, but the play continued.
Coach
he almost scored.
Coach Diamato dapped it up. Wyatt Januska after that. Amazing.
He should, yeah.
Return. I get some water, maybe a break. I'm sure he's a little tired to that one. I know I was watching it.
It was great blocking, too. Like, to tell your special teams unit to stay on it for that long, that's a great job.
Callista in the shotgun, 1st down, great field position for Crestwood's offense. He's going to ball to his right, looking, throwing, over the top, it's up, and almost intercepted and almost caught. On that right side, he was looking for Jake Devlin, one of those receivers.
I think Tyler Hartwick defending, getting his hand up, and as a DB, it's either you make that move or the player you're defending is scoring. So that great job defensively, getting that hand up.
Mentioned young guys too. Hartwick, a freshman. Making a big play there.
Athletic, and again, this Brooklyn team is a very athletic ball club.
Well, speaking of athletic, Januska back in the game. On your right side, and there he is. He gets the handoff. Januska trying to work his way back. Brooklyn trying to snuff him out, but he cuts back through. Januska lowering his shoulder inside the 10-yard line. Give him about 15 to 16 yards on the run. Right where he left off is Wyatt Januska.
And this time, he was initially touched in the backfield, but defender's not able to finish the tackle and get more additional yards, and we set it down.
3 carries, 41 yards and a score. 4 catches, 66 yards and a touchdown. And that big punt return as well. Some good defensive plays too. Wyatt Januska effective. The play blown dead there. Januska's going to jog off the field here. They send in a sub. Then Zanuski, who's going to come out now. He'll be a little tired. He's
or it could be.
first down.
Yeah.
Calista going to keep it himself. He's working left side. Got some wheels too. Watch this, cutting through, lowering the shoulder. The quarterback gets down. The ball came out at the end.
And we had a penalty flag early in the play with holding call offensively.
I think it looked like Crestwood recovered it anyway, but nevertheless, that penalty is going to move him back a little bit.
Now, we'll say, if there is one thing the Red Devils got to work on here, a lot of holding penalties here in this first half.
It's always something to circle, right, when you're looking at game tape.
Well, I mean, the one thing you do, the holding penalties a couple possessions ago took away scores.
Multiple scores. Yeah, 2 long touchdown runs were wiped off. Crestwood luckily still found their way in, but yeah, in a tough game, you never know.
That was not my phone, Kyle.
So handoff on the right side, breaking through. Lancaster working his way, spins and scores. James Lancaster into the end zone, 20 yards out. 36-0 Crestwood.
And take your pick on the key block on the play. It was everyone. I mean, it was everyone just making critical blocks to open things up.
They just don't go down.
No, they don't. You're also going to see the example on a 2-point try.
The 4th different player to record a rushing touchdown tonight for Crestwood already at 6:52 to go in this first half. An impressive game so far for the Red Devils.
And like I said, do not let this record fool you. Like this, you know, this is a 1-3 team that could easily be 2-2 or 3-1. They lost some close games against tough competition.
Merquist gets the fake, going to be a keeper for Calista. He lowers his shoulder, gets torn down and in. The 2-point conversion is good. It's now 38-0 Crestwood on top of Brooklyn right here on CVC TV. There's no answer from Brooklyn AA. Crestwood's been firing on all cylinders tonight.
Well, the crazy thing, in a way, you could say they've had answers, but they're not able to execute those answers. Like, how many times have we seen this Brooklyn defense? You know, they're in the backfield. They're, you know, they have the player, you know, wrapped up, but every tackle is broken. Everything, just not able to finish tackles. And this Red Devils team, they're making this Hurricanes defense pay every time.
Such an impressive game so far for Crestwood. Again, last week found the rhythm. First 40-point game of the season. We know this offense can put up points. They had 48 last year in week 10.
Yeah.
Just was 1 point less than Fairview in that matchup.
Yeah, the points will not be an issue with this team. And, you know, they have a, you know, they got a couple tough games coming up after this. But Chagrin Falls next week, that could be a toss-up. And then Rootstown. We're going to see Rootstown in a few weeks. And they're the newbie here in this conference, and they are good. They are a really good football team.
Brooklyn looking to return this one. Then by Pytel working that far sideline. Huge hit. Januska over there making one of the stops. A couple of players.
Speaking of Rootstown, when we do get them, we're going to have them in Wickliffe. And both teams right now coming into today's games are undefeated. Like that's going to be, you know, the talk of this conference is always, you know who. And then once you get past that, then it's like, okay, you got to watch these teams.
So we get a fun game next week. Partner, remember last time we were at Independence? The boom boxes and the whole 9 yards. That's going to be a fun matchup. Cuyahoga Heights at Independence next week.
Yeah, cannot wait for that, of course. That's nearby one of our key sponsors, Ohio Media Schools, in that area as well.
Handoff inside. Keelan Kidd able to get maybe a yard, if that.
And for those who are watching on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network, you've never seen a Al Martin coached football team. You're in for an experience next weekend.
It is a different kind of ball club you watch out there on Friday nights. Always excited. Yeah, a little added bonus of it being a rivalry game here at CVC as we get underway with division play too. That's going to be real fun to watch. Second down here for Brooklyn. Vega on the pistol, high snap, able to corral, going to roll out to his left again, throw his back foot. Nobody in the area. That's incomplete. Vega tonight, you're curious to see how he was going to do with this pressure at Crestwood. 3 of 11 for 3 yards and an interception. He has been held in check.
Well, it's tough, too, because it's not just normal pressure where you're like, oh, find a way to get out of it. He has nowhere to go. Even in that play that just completed, like, he has no answer, nowhere to approach.
We'll give Crestwood defense a lot of credit because last year we saw Callista able to extend plays, make some throws with his legs too by just getting out of the pocket, keeping his head downfield, looking for his receivers. But Crestwood's done an amazing job at coverage too, to bottle up.
Got to watch these snaps here.
The handoff, Pytel working left side, and again, just nowhere to go. Crestwood's defense doing a great job.
Might have an injured Red Devil player after that play.
The Callista was over there. We see Bradley and DiNardo able to get up. It's obviously good to see.
Of course, as a player, like, man, you know, I got up. I'm not coming. I don't want to come out of the game, and then you got to come out of the game. It's just for play.
Sometimes you just got to do it. So that was Luke Zazniewski, who is going to head to the sideline for a moment. Punting away is Brooklyn. Vega.
I think he got a piece, just a piece.
Maybe just a little bit. Januska will let this one bounce. Remember last time he took it and returned it, and Pytel downs the ball.
Yeah, don't do that while Pytel's in the area. I'm like, I don't care what the score is. Do not do that.
Yeah, if you're by yourself, hey, maybe take a shot, but no, not there. As the ball will start for Crestwood's offense just past their own 40-yard line. What has been a dominant first half for the Red Devils. If you're Brooklyn in the spot, double A, and your coach Agnew, what are you telling your guys on the sideline? It's tough. It's a tough ask right now with the score being what it is, but he said this is one of the points that this team, whether it's 40-0 or 0-0, they fight.
They fight. They're a very close-knit team. They like playing, you know, they like being teammates. You just got to stay connected. Your goal is to win one drive at a time and put together a string of plays that'll get you your defense off the field.
With the hands, Januska left side, he's got room. Januska turning upfield. He eventually gets tackled past the 45-yard line. Pytel was there. Januska just putting his head down, hitting that corner, and getting a big gain for another first down for Crestwood.
Well, one of the issues, though, defensively, this counter that this Red Devils team has been running is pretty much unstoppable here in this first half. We saw them score touchdowns, 2-point conversions, big plays out of that play call.
Maybe a handoff, Bradley, right side. He's going to turn the corner. Look at the speed of Bradley. He breaks through, cuts back through, nice cut. Bradley working. He turns the corner. One man to beat, lowers the shoulder, and he is.
I think he's in.
There it is. The signal comes in. Touchdown, Bradley. 44 yards for a touchdown. The Jets, the stopping on a dime, and Bobby Bradley able to get 6 more for Crestwood.
Yeah, his speed is fantastic. Got some good blocks. But again, you see defensively, some of the angles are tough. That was a great finish there on that play. But, you know, if you're not getting the right angles, you know, those tackling angles, the pursuit drills, that's what they call them, you know, in practice, makes it tough. Again, just joining us, this team does not have a kicker, so they go for 2 every time after a score.
Whistler drops the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Pressure, throws, back foot up.
He caught it.
There's a flag that came in. I think Januska, made the play, but we'll see what the flag is. They're gonna wave it off. An eligible man downfield, so they'll have to retry the 2-point attempt. That was a great play by Callista to get out there and make the throw. Januska obviously made the catch, but
well, this will be, I believe, I mean, it's a 2-point try. It's always on time, but after this, it should be halftime.
We will see. They can add 2 more points to the board here before we head to the halftime break. in what has been a deluge of points from Crestwood.
Yeah, we'll have the Fairview Tavern halftime adjustments after the break, but
Close the line and up the 2-point conversion attempt again. Throw slant inside, caught DiNardo, and he's in. What a good route inside. And the score now 46-0 right here on CVC TV. With that, we will take a quick break for this halftime. Back again with the Fairview Tavern adjustments. After this, stay with us.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Hey guys, Kyle and Anthony here with CVC TV. And do you have any unwanted guests in your home?
I don't know why you looked at me when you said that. We're not talking about me.
No, we're not. We're actually talking about bats, believe it or not. It is a thing here in Northeast Ohio. And luckily, our friends right behind us here, Alpha Animal Removal, have you covered. Those pests, they get in your attic. It could be a whole nother ball game when it comes to taking care of your home. But don't worry, Alpha Animal Removal, they got you covered.
They got you covered. They're going to handle business as far as detecting where the bats are, getting it out safely, and they'll fill up the holes, too, so to make sure that they don't return to your home and business. If you have a business as well, they'll take care of you.
And, of course, we're talking about bats, but we're also talking about really any critters that get up there. You want to make sure you can get them out safely. We all love our animals, of course, but want to make sure your house is taken care of, too. As Anthony mentioned, they do a great job with that. Anthony, where can people go to make sure they do this the right way, the humane way, and the safe way?
Alpha-animal-removal.com. That's alpha-animal-removal.com.
Right there.
Redbacks now step into the spotlight under the leadership of senior captain Riley Cummings. They add even more fuel to the fire and keep things straightened with a track from Lady Gaga's 2011 album, Born This Way. We guarantee you'll be seeing red as we proudly present Americano. Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. The American composer Aaron Copland arranged the theme of the traditional shaker tune Simple Gifts in his 1944 ballet Appalachian Spring. The marching band closes this evening's show with a tribute to the vast beauty and endless landscapes that define America with Simple Gifts. The Brooklyn Marching Band will represent Crestwood Band Director Angela Hacking and her staff, the Crestwood Sergeant Park, and the Crestwood Band Leaders for their night hospitality this evening. Fans, pull out your 50-50 backward tickets. Tonight's winning number 573-968. Again, the 50-50 battle 573-968. You are a winner. And over to the Crestwood All Sports Boosters to claim your prize. Tonight, we proudly present you the 2025 Scarlet Card. we will play our show entitled Wild Things, arranged by Alex. Tony, the band is traveling to the Northwest Ohio Regional Championship tomorrow morning. Tonight's music includes In the Hall of the Mountain King and Her Sandman, Dance Macabry, Dance Labyrinth Lullaby, Jalopy Number 1, The Monster. Our soloists tonight, Brady Wigler, Damian Richards, Emma Lyons, Pia Casper, Alice Thorson, and Willie Hemrock. Introducing our drum majors, Emery Marinka and Lily Agnes.
The night Max wore his wolf suit, he made mischief of one kind. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew, and grew, and grew. And the ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day and in and out of weeks. To where the wild things are. realized he missed his mom. Just like he left it.
A big thank you to the Crestwood Band Boosters and the Crestwood Local Schools for their tremendous support of music education in the Crestwood Band program. Let's go Red Devils! Tonight's 50-50 battle for the Crestwood All Sports Boosters, the winning number 573968. once again in the snow car as the band is traveling to the Northwest Ohio Regional Championship tomorrow morning. Good luck, Red Devils.
46-0 the score here at halftime. Crestwood on top of Brooklyn right here on your CVC TV high school football game of the week. Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alford with you as always on the call, and it's time for the Fairview Tavern halftime adjustments AA. And for Brooklyn, just consistent play on the offensive end. It's been tough tonight, not a lot of yards. In fact, they're actually still hanging around the negatives for the game. Scoreboard's indicative of that. I imagine the biggest adjustment is just get some positive plays out there and put some sort of momentum forward in what will be a tough hill to climb for any team in this game. But you want to see some points on the board if you're Brooklyn, right? And you want to see some positive plays.
Win first down, win second down. You know, it's those two, you know, not even having an opportunity to, you know, get those opportunities in that first half. So that's huge.
Yeah, so it's going to be 8-minute quarters here in the second half, as the score being what it was. Coaches talk at halftime usually in these situations, and the time clock will be shrunk down a bit.
Yeah, definitely. We just want to mention real quick, go to thefairviewtavern.com.
Yes.
So you can see all your specials, all the good stuff going on. So immediately after this game, if you're watching live, head on over to the Fairview Tavern. They got great food, great shows every single night, great place to watch, you know, the Guardians try to make that run to the postseason, the Browns trying to
just run in general.
To run.
Hey, if you guys are wondering where it's at, to the Fairview Tavern is conveniently located over in, you guessed it, Fairview, 21867 Lorraine Road in Cleveland, Ohio. Technically Fairview Park over there. Great place. We're going to be there tomorrow too. Excited for you guys to check out the Fairview Tavern, everything they have to offer. Don't forget, ask about the Blue Plate Special. Definitely something you need to look into. They even have a subscriber group for it. That's how crazy it is. Make sure you guys check it out.
On the Red Devils side, I mean, obviously just keep going. The one thing I'm sure they did talk about at halftime, no more holding penalties. And that was the issue in the first drive, believe it or not. This 46-0 game could have easily been 53-54-0, but they had a score taken away, 2 scores in the same drive taken away because of holding penalties.
We're being told the clock will run the entire time in this the second half, so even on dead balls, I believe the clock will continue to roll through as the third quarter is getting ready to get underway. And again, Brooklyn not going to have a lot of time now with the clock rolling, but having an opportunity here to try and get something positive out there. Crestwood has been dominant tonight, dominant last week, putting together some good football here at the midway point of the season.
And this is good for them too, because again, these next few weeks they're going to face some good competition. So getting a game like this, you know, heading into their game against Chagrin Falls next week.
Big matchup.
And then Rootstown, like, this is huge. They got all winning teams that they're facing the rest of the way. So this is the type of game you got to finish strong.
Close out and get ready for the next one and get some positive momentum on your side as the third quarter is underway. Ball taken in from the 10. Pytek working back. He's breaking through. There's some athletic ability from Pytek. It's around a tackle and eventually gets brought down. And that was Jake Devlin who forced his hand, and Pytek couldn't get around. So nevertheless, the ball starts out near the 25-yard line for the Brooklyn Hurricanes.
And Kyle, I thought you were spot on just a couple minutes ago. You want just positivity, positive plays. You know, these first couple of plays, we've seen too many times where, you know, maybe they get a good gain, a positive gain that's 2-3 yards, and they lose 5 or 6 yards.
Got a young teammate out there. He's got to sprint off the field. Look at those wheels.
That young man is unbelievably
that
athletic.
Clock is 40 at this point. That was impressive. First down, Vega throw. Short side, that one's caught. And solid gain for Lyle Taylor, who gets past the first down. And yeah, that's the first down of this game for the Brooklyn offense.
And that's what you want again. You know, just some momentum again. This offense just throughout. You mentioned coming into this game averaging, 10.5 points a game. So just having a successful drive is huge, and that's their first major big play of the game.
Moving that chains for the first time as you see the clock at 6:23, starting with 8-minute quarters in the second half. Snap over the head of Vega. He's going to try and chase that down, and he will fall on the football. Again, the snap has been an issue essentially the entire game, and Vega's slow to get up. And
yeah, just want to make sure Vega's okay.
It's a tough ask.
And we was going to say defensively, the only issue, defensively is like, okay, yeah, Brooklyn, they're going to come out strong. This is the strongest they're going to come out. So defensively, you got to shut this down if you're the Red Devils. And, of course, the high snap, that helps.
Now, again, it seemed like every time Brooklyn got a positive play or a little bit of momentum, something like this happened now. A 2nd and 28 after the snap over the head of Vega. They had a first down the previous play. Longest play of the game for Brooklyn, an 11-yard completion. Vega rolling out, left side, looking, going to take a shot down the field. He's got a receiver, and it's caught. Lyle Taylor turns the corner, gets out of bounds, the 40-yard plane. The big playability of Lyle Taylor here in this third quarter.
There you go, just to get communication. Let's watch the replay. There was a lot of pre-snap activity. And again, we mentioned Vega has an arm. He can get the ball out. It's just he's been under pressure the entire game. Rolls out of the pocket, has an open guy, gets the ball down the field.
It's a 42-yard completion down the seam to Lyle Taylor. He's got 3 catches for 58 yards, and suddenly now, for the first time in this ball game, Brooklyn on Crestwood's side of the field. Vega looking, going to check down, and it's out of the reach of his receiver. He's looking for Keelan Kidd.
But you know what? Offensively, that's okay. The issue has been throughout this game, you get a positive play and then you lose several yards. So only an incompletion, you still have an opportunity to take advantage with the best field position you had all game to get a score.
Ball on the 40-yard line of Crestwood here. It's going to be 2nd and 10 as the clock continues to roll down again. Maybe wondering, even despite the incomplete pass, due to the score of this ball game, clock will be running throughout the entire second half here. Brooklyn trying to get some points on the board. It's their best chance to this point. Vega again in that pistol, Kidd behind him. Another high snap over the head. Vega running through. He's trying to avoid pressure. He turns the corner, looking down the field. He's going to run out of bounds. Did he throw the ball? I'm not sure. I didn't see.
I don't know. He kept it.
He tried to keep it.
He wanted to throw.
I'm surprised he didn't just let that ball loose and throw it out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of 10 for Vega there.
I will say, though, quarterback, he has wheels. There's no denying that. Like, the young man can move.
Yeah, but it's another snap over the head. It's the 3rd or 4th time in this ball game. And again, after every big play, there seems to be something that just pops up for Brooklyn. And you mentioned just the inexperience. That's the only thing I could point to at this point, Double A, to say why it's happening.
And it's tough, too, just because if you can't nail down the snaps, which is hard. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, but can't nail the snaps out of the shotgun. Not much opportunity for success.
Yeah, timeout going to be called by Brooklyn. Some miscommunication on the sideline with Vega and company, and that will be a timeout in the Brooklyn Hurricanes and Coach Travis Agnew. Well, the presenting sponsor for CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. Hey, for all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank Greeny Sports Cards, Northeast Ohio's largest buyer and seller of sports cards. And guess what? They're looking to buy yours, too. Whether you have a few cards or a whole storage unit, set up an appointment through their website, greenysportscards.com. Always buying, always selling. That's Greeny Sports Cards. You can find them again at greenysportscards.com.
Can't wait to see those 5 folks tomorrow morning. Unbelievable collection of sports cards.
There you go, another shot. He's got a receiver. Taylor breaking through. It's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Lyle Taylor. 40 yards. Beyond 40 yards. 50 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, how about the throw? I mean, that was a great throw. Again, having good protection. Watch. It was, again, a little bit of a high snap, but, again, off the run. had that young man in stride. He made sure he got that score in the end zone to get the points.
I'll tell you what, you take it. If you're Brooklyn and company.
Well,
fantastic.
All it is, Kyle, you want to continue to build that momentum because no matter what, everything is on tape too. So you build some confidence here, carry that over to next week against Beechwood.
There you go, rolling to his left again, looking and a fake the pass, under pressure, throws, back foot, it's up, and it is tipped, it almost caught.
Wow.
It's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was Taylor in the back of the end zone that almost made that play, but he did make the play before, and that means the score now, 46-6. Crestwood still on top of Brooklyn right here on CVC TV. Hey, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. They're family-owned. For over 36 years, they provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
I want to remind our audience, too, those of you watching live on CVC TV, that you can watch this again on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network Sunday afternoon, I believe 3 o'clock or shortly after 3 o'clock. We'll have that action for you, the scan replay on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network, channel 22.1, Spectrum 979, and also on the 19 News Plus app. That'll be live streamed there as well.
Just keep on expanding, keep on growing.
There you go.
Well, the partnerships have been able to form all across Northeast Ohio and greater Northern Ohio area. Brooklyn gets on the board. And the clock continues to roll out here. They should, I believe, get the kickoff in before we go to the fourth quarter. Gonna have to hold that ball, get a little breezy down on the field.
And in the booth.
Taken. And that's Bradley who's going to return it. Bradley turning upfield. He's got room. Bradley going to turn a corner. Bobby Bradley to the right sideline. One man to beat, and he will do it. Touchdown, Crestwood. Bobby Bradley goes the distance again.
Unreal. And all you need is a couple blocks, and his speed and agility will handle the rest. Believe that was an 81-yard return. Unbelievable.
We saw the big punt return from Januska earlier, and now Bradley able to take the short kick and go the distance. Now 52-6, Crestwood. It's Bradley's second touchdown. Remember, he had the big rushing touchdown in that first half, too. He was one of 5 different players to score a rushing touchdown in that first half for Crestwood, and adding on to his total right there.
And I believe this untimed two-point conversion, of course, will happen before the end of the quarter.
So Nick Hess out there at running back. The quarterback in as well. Hess turns the corner. He's going to get inside and score. Took the handoff from Jacob Morris on the back of quarterbacks, and Hess gets in for 2. It's now 54-6 right here on CVC TV. That is how we end the third quarter of play. Fourth quarter coming up after this. Back here at Jack Lambert Stadium, fourth quarter of play on the way, 54-6. Crestwood on top of Brooklyn. Brooklyn with some momentum on the offensive end, a couple huge plays in the past game, but then Crestwood responds immediately with an 81-yard kick return for a touchdown to end the third quarter, double-A, an answer for every single thing tonight Crestwood has had against Brooklyn.
Well, it's just one of those things. Coach D'Amato for Crestwood, he talked about biggest challenge, executing all 4 quarters, and that's just something that they wanted to do. They know this Brooklyn team. We saw it on that last offensive drive. There is talent on this team. The quarterback's amazing as far as he has the arm strength, he has the raw talent, but executing on every play, all 4 quarters, that's the response. That's what the Red Devils did.
54-6 here is when the ball is kicked off. The clock will continue to run again. 8 minutes on the clock in this fourth quarter, as it was in the third because of the score differential in this ball game. And the clock will actually start now before the kick is kicked through. Lancaster is handling the kickoff duties. He does have a leg. We've seen him kick the ball pretty well. And we're going to get a return. Yeah, he actually got the ball out past the 20. Nowhere to go for Bentley Cox. He gets the ball just past the 25, and that's where Brookwood's offense will take back over. Some momentum double A on the offensive end after a couple huge plays, including a 50-yard touchdown pass over the top from Vega to Lyle Taylor. That may be the combo you need to focus on here.
Yeah, I agree with you in that. Getting Mason Vega out of the pocket. You know, we didn't see as much pressure in the previous drive. So getting him out of the pocket, you have that receiver down the field. DBs are going to be watching as well, kind of see how it all plays out. But that's what you want, especially, too, considering defensively you might have a couple more younger guys in the ball game right now with the Red Devils.
Play blown dead for a moment. They're trying to get that T, I think, out of there.
Man, this young man right here.
They're putting him to work, I'll tell you what.
This man, he works harder than me. I mean, I ain't running. No.
You see the speed off the field. We saw him run off last time.
Yeah.
Got some wheels down there.
And we can't put young kids on camera, but I'm just saying, that kid is working.
Vega screen pass. Taylor, short side. He's going to run. Taylor breaking through a tackle, spun down, still on his feet, but eventually does hit the turf, or I should say the grass, the natural grass. Get 10 and a first down.
Do not make that mistake. That is clear grass down there on the field.
Taylor's been the surprise of this second half so far. He's really come out and made some plays. He had the one catch in the first half, but he's already got 4 in the second half, and he's over 100 yards, including that big touchdown catch.
Spreading these guys out wide here. This next play, again, you're not worried about time at this point. You're worried about executing every play if you're the Brooklyn offense.
Vega dropping back. Huge drop back. Going to try to take a shot. He's under pressure. Vega, he's going to get sandwiched in between some defenders, and they're not going to go take him down, but going to take your hat there. Clayton Mullins was in there as well.
Yeah, when you get sandwiched, that's the end of forward progress.
Yeah, I mean, Vega wanted to take a shot down the near sideline here. He had a receiver tracking out and just couldn't get enough time back there to load up that big arm and throw it.
So this defense, I know they didn't really bring the house to the previous drive, but that's been the story of the game, is that they've been sending an extra guy or two after the quarterback, and if Vega can't get out of the pocket, then it's been an issue.
The negative yards are piling up too because of that attack. Vega going to roll out to his right now. Off body throw. He's got a receiver. It's Taylor again, and it's caught. Taylor got past the 40 down to the 36-yard line. They have something there with Lyle Taylor.
They do, and they have something there in that corner route there. Again, past the young defenders in the secondary.
A 39-yard gain, and I'll tell you what, Taylor having himself a second half here.
And again, building that confidence, right? That's what you want to do, and that's you're rewarding your team for running hard on these routes.
Can you imagine playing against some of the backups, but still you want that positive momentum if you're Brooklyn, and they've been able to put some big plays together here in the third and fourth quarters. Pass, short, incomplete, out of hands, out of the reach of his intended target. That was, again, 44 there, Justin Lewis, who was in the flat that couldn't pull it in.
But to your point that you just brought up, it doesn't matter who's on the field. You still want to put out good tape because you want more playing time. You want more opportunities to get the football, in big situations as the season goes on. So I don't care who you're facing out there. You want to put out good tape.
It's possible that Crestwood's offense may not touch the football here in this second half. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. Vega going to turn handoff. That side spun down, positive run game there. Kid got that carry and got about 5 to 6 yards.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that because, again, the Red Devils score was off of the special teams, the kick return.
That's right.
And then Brooklyn scored before, then the kick return, and then this is Brooklyn's second offensive drive, but with the running clock.
Yeah, remember the clock not going to stop here in the second half, so 3 minutes to go, and it's going to go.
And it's only 8-minute quarters here in the second half.
That's right. Third down and about 5 for Brooklyn. Offense putting together some good momentum here in the second half, and the shortened second half here on CVC TV. Again, next week, Cuyahoga Heights Independence. Excited for that matchup.
Always a big rivalry game.
If there's not a boombox, I may riot. We'll see what happens. Vega thought about taking a shot. He's going to throw it down. It's caught. Good check down to Kid. He took a shot. Kid breaks through past the 30, down to the 26, near the first down. Flag came in late, and that may be roughing the passer here, possibly.
I think so. But that was a great play, too. By Vegas staying with it, and the receiver locked in. Great communication. As the season progresses, you need more of that communication.
That's a great look. And it is roughing the passer. So that should be enough for a first down for Brooklyn. And Vega, great decision there. Wanted to take a shot again, but realized it had a check down built into that play. Hit the receiver and got a positive gain. Not taking a sack in that moment is progress.
Did a great job. And again, having good film to carry over to end the night and into next week. That's what you want. And now, again, it's a minute 50. Take your time. You know now, hey, do what you need to do to get in the end zone and probably not have the Red Devils come back on offense.
Yeah, minute 40 to go in this ball game. Brooklyn trying to get into the end zone at least one more time here. Vega in that pistol. Takes a snap, turn, hands, Kid, left side, he breaks through. Kid trying to get inside of 10, and he will, down to about the 7. 6-yard gain for Kid.
I'm thinking now at the pace that these guys are going, probably 2 or 3 more plays.
Maybe.
To get in.
And they're running some hurry up here, just trying to get some different looks in on offense. Vega turns, hands off, Kid right side. Huge
nice
tackle. No, he stayed up. He didn't go down, I guess. That was
I think they ruled him down at that spot.
Okay, yeah. It looks like it was Robbie Georgia who cut him off at the stop there.
Might have been a knee there that just got down there. Again, they get 2 plays left here with 40 seconds to get in. I mean, they could get a first down without scoring, but
the way the clock is set up now, yeah, this may be possibly the last play. Is Vega going to roll out to his right, looking, he's going to take it himself. Vega cuts back inside, dives, and scores.
Great job.
Mason Vega gets in. First positive rush of the night. It's a 10-yard run for a touchdown.
Yeah, let's watch the replay of how it happened and just making a great decision. Taking what the defense gives to him and gets the score.
So Vega has negative 23 rushing yards with the sacks, and
I think that'll end the game.
That is it. The clock runs out. They're going to call it. No point after attempt. 54-12 the final, as Crestwood holds on and beats Brooklyn right here on CVC TV. Double A, your final thoughts on the game tonight?
First off, the Red Devils, this is the type of performance that they were looking for. All 4 quarters executing, trying to figure out, like, hey, you know, we've lost some close games, you know, the Red Devils, so how can you put the 4 quarters together? They did, especially defensively. I was really impressed with the pressure that they brought to Brooklyn throughout the ball game, and they did a great job. And for the Hurricanes, you saw some good things in the second half. You know, this was a tough game for them, but they did a great job at the end. Getting the necessary scores. Look, I don't care if you're facing, you know, the second team, doesn't matter. For Brooklyn, it was important for them to get some good film on tape, you know, in that second half, and they finally did, and hopefully they can carry that momentum into next week.
And tell you what, our favorite tavern player of the game, Wyatt Januska, what a game he had in that first half. Didn't see much action in the second half because they didn't need him to, but 4 rushes, 55 yards, and a touchdown. He had 4 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown, and a little bit of everything in between, but really this entire Crestwood team playing a fantastic game. But Wyatt Januska, our Fairview Tavern player of the game right here on CVC TV. Again, back next week, Cuyahoga Heights at Independence. Until then, have a great rest of your night and weekend. We'll see you next Friday here on CVC TV.